Alright guys, we're back. We're back. Last time we learned a good bit about Alternative 4, and we're about to learn more. Why Sumika was chosen to become the oops, I did not mean to do that. To become the 0-0 unit. What's the second stage after that guarantees us the dub once we establish communication. It's very excited stuff coming up literally right now. Can I get a replay on her voice? Alright, let's get into it. Thank you. Anywhere? Doesn't matter. Okay, so just to clarify, you're saying the 0-0 unit doesn't just look like Sumika, she actually is Sumika. Correct. With no biomatter, so it's like a clone. With like 0 genetic. I'm guessing it's something like taking her brain and like creating like a cybernetic brain. Like completely based on her or something. What's left of her? What's left of her? What does she mean by that? Okay then, like I said before, the first thing I want to know is, why was Sumika chosen to become the 0-0 unit? You're comparing it to reconstructive surgery earlier, so I'm curious what kind of condition she was in before you turned her into that. I mean, she was still alive, right? Given what she did to my records, I suppose she probably just erased Sumika's coma, or brain in jar. Brain in jar? Then where has she been up until now? If she tells me that much, then even if worst comes to worst, and I have to go through yet another loop, I might at least be able to find her. Not that I'm gonna half-ass it this time just because I know I can. Always retry, of course. But until I can get rid of whatever made me a causality conductor, I'll never break out of this loop, even if I do defeat the beta. Not to mention, I'm in a special unit now. One that gets sent on only the most dangerous of missions. Well, if I think Yuko's like trying to get you to like retune the 0-0 unit, I'm gonna guess she's not gonna send you into something that's into like a suicide mission or anything crazy like that. Assuming the other Yuko sensei was correct and a new loop begins every time I die, there's a good chance that might happen before the beta are completely eradicated. Even if Sumika still has to become the 0-0 unit for us to stand a chance against the beta, I'd at least like to meet her before it happens. And if we can find a way to beat the beta without her becoming the 0-0 unit, I'd like to know where to find her once the war is over. Huh? It's the brain, dude. Oh man. I think I said that. I don't think I was like definite on that. But I said it's a possibility. The brain is Sumika. What? She's just braining around. Damn, they're playing Cat's Cradle in here? Based? You taught her well. Also potential thumbnail. Cute. Kasumi? Sumika? They're both ass. I don't... Dude, Hatter... He's such a weird dude. Sometimes he catches on to things, but sometimes he just misses the obvious shit. About what? Huh? And that's why Yashiro's constantly in the room? To properly recreate the brain for the 0-0 unit? Based on the original model? I didn't think about that. That makes a lot of sense.
指を通して。
ヤシロがなぜここに四六時中いたのか、これで分かったでしょ？
Huh?
こっちにも通します。
ヤシロだけが唯一の話し相手だったのよ。
What?
いつまで目をそらしているつもり？ここまで来ておじけづいた？
No.
真実が知りたいって言ったのはあんたなのよ。
She's a brain, dude. Wait, what? Are you saying what I think you're saying? How did this happen, though? And it still doesn't really explain why Sumito was chosen. So, I'm interested about that part. But she is the brain.
そういうこと。
That then was Sumita? Hey, at least I had a fun Christmas party with her. Sumita. That brain was Sumita all along? No, this can't be happening. And here I was thinking about how creepy and weird it is. I mean, to be fair, even if you don't see Sumita, it's still creepy and weird for a brain to be just chilling there, you know? But why? How did she end up like that? What did she ever do to deserve this? Was this a part of your research too? You didn't turn her into some human guinea pig, did you? Maya told us a ghost story that went something like that in the previous timeline. What if there wasn't just a rumor and Sumita was one of the test subjects? I can't. Operation Lucifer. What a name. Huh?
いわゆる大東亜連合軍による本州島奪還作戦は2発の G 弾によって人類の勝利で終わった。
Right, okay. Operation Lucifer.
その結果、人類は初めて敵の背部を占領した。この横浜基地がその上に建設されたことは前に話したよね。
Yep, we know this. Yes, you have.
背部内に残存するベータを殲滅するために最深部を目指して突入した部隊が発見したのよ。ベータの捕虜になっていた。
Oh, the beta have been doing this? Like keeping their brains intact? I think, was that the opening scene? Didn't we see a brain? Yeah, this is literally the opening scene. The beta took prisoners?
正確に言えば人間だったものよ。
So maybe there's a bunch of brains, but only Sumita was alive or something? Huh?
彼らが見たものは青白く光る無数の柱。
This is interesting. Glowing pillars.
その中にはおそらく捕虜になって
What were they doing
いる
though?
人間たちの脳と
Some
脊髄が
experimentation, I
収められてい
guess.
た。
Oof.
何百とあった脳髄で生きていたのは
Oh, okay. It's literally only the one alive. Interesting. So that's why Sumito was chosen. Made sense, I guess. And that was...
鏡住みかよ。ベータの
Damn,
捕虜に
Sumita, how'd she survive that? It's kind of crazy. What were they doing also? The only one.
もちろん名前が判明したのは作戦から数週間後、ヤシロがリーディングで読み取ったのよ。人間を脳と脊髄だけの状態で生かしたままにしておく技術は残念ながら人類はまだ持っていない。
So they're using... So this is the beta's technology. The blue pillars, they're just powering.
この基地にあるベータが作った施設が稼働状態のまま維持されている理由は、鏡住みかを生かす
Okay, that made sense. Why would the beta keep human brains captive?
私たちもその時初めて知ったのよ。
Maybe they're trying to communicate with us too. Wouldn't that? But that would kind of get rid of the whole they don't consider us life forms thing, right? But what were they even doing with them?
ヤシロが集めたイメージから推測できるのは、 人間の何かを研究していたらしいってことだけ。
But they don't even see us as living creatures. That's what I'm saying. That's kind of sounds like a contradiction.
人間だって生命体ではない岩石や金属の研究をするでしょ。
I guess, but here's the thing: if you're if you're researching a brain, doesn't that like? I mean, I guess, but if you acknowledge that the brain's like a central hub for things that creates movement and stuff, then you should consider them living creatures at that point now.
とにかくベータが人間に興味を持ち始めていたのだけは事実。そしてベータと直接
Low key, I wonder if we were part of the pillars of brains, man. Because they took over this whole town, right?
私たちを狂気させた。
A godsend.
そりゃそうでしょ。オルタネイティブ4はベータに生命体と認識される疑似人類00ユニットを創生する。
And at least they have like a special interest in Kagami in particular. I mean, they had a bunch of prisoners, but maybe there's some sort of trait they were looking for exactly. Or some sort of aspect. Right.
それに最も適した素体候補が手に入ったんだから喜んで当然でしょ。
Ideal candidate. I mean, yeah, she's not really doing anything.
そう00ユニットに
Yeah.
もっとストレートに言えば材料になるための候補者のことよ。
Raw material.
A01 部隊はね、もともと00ユニットの素体候補者を養成するために編成されたのよ。
That's kind of fucked up. Huh?
この基地の A 士訓練学校は
Training people to see if they're worthy of becoming the unit.
設立されたのよ。
教えておくが、我が部隊は全員同じ英士訓練学校を卒業している。いや、むしろ
I mean, they would probably do it if it would save the world, but still, kind of fucked up. This seems a little more ethical, at least, since she's just a brain. So that's what it was. But why would you send such valuable candidates out on the most life-threatening missions?
その程度の任務で死ぬような因果を持った人間に人類の未来は任せられないのよ。
Okay. Poor causality. Is that even like how you'd use that word? Sounds to me like poor luck. When you say causality, do you mean like they don't have luck and timing on their side? Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking. It's a weird use of causality there.
運とか言われているものを因果律量子論的に言えば各個人に先天的に備わっているより良い確率分岐する未来を引き寄せる能力に他ならない。
She telling me luck's genetic, bro? God damn.
それは
That'd be a funny theory.
世界から漏れ出す情報を大脳の未使用領域
Luck is
無
genetic.
意識のうちに的確な行動を選択して正解である世界を選び取る能力なのよ。
Right, I think the other Yuko sensei mentioned that. That's how fortune tellers and psychics do their thing.
つまりそれこそが00ユニットの素体候補者に最も求められる適性なのよ。
I see.
徴兵検査が行われた際、身体測定とともにそういった適性が徹底的に調べられているのよ。
So then, everyone from my old squad.
全員素体適性はあるわ。ただし B 分隊は政治的背景を持つ人材で固められていたから、国連軍総司令部からの命令で任官を
That's why we were delayed.
様々な
They're all important people, so it's like, do you really want to sacrifice them for this? That makes a lot of sense, actually. Huh? In what
例え
way?
ばそう、総戦技評価演習の合格条件が他の分隊よりも厳しく設定されていたりとかね。
Might have been like the fucking automatic turret things, right? So then, they really were political hostages?
人質と取るか、帝国への配慮と取るかは解釈次第でしょうね。
But we ended up getting commissioned ahead of schedule in the end.
人質としての利用価値がなくなったのか、それとも配慮すべき理由が消滅したのか。いずれにせよ、00
Well, it doesn't matter now, because we already completed the 00 unit. Yeah, exactly. Literally what I just said. I'm not sure I understand. Why did the 00 unit need to be made from a human being who meets these criteria? Again, it's trying to be the representative of humanity, man. He wanted them to be the best of the best.
今までの説明では理解できない？
At least that's what I get from it. Plus, if they're actually like an integral part of destroying the beta with the unit, then again, you want them to be capable. There's like a part of the plan we don't know about. Well, we pilot our TSS by indirect thought control, right? So normal computers are already capable of reading and digitizing human thoughts.
00ユニットに要求されている役割は通訳じゃない。ベータとコミュニケーションを成立させることで情報を収集する。
Espionage.
情報員。
Yeah. Get deep in the webs. So she's a
あ
spy?
んたが前のこの世界の私が半導体150億個分の並列処理装置が完成しなかった運って言っていたわね。
Yep.
それこそがボトルネックなのはこの世界でも同じだった。半導体150億個分の並列処理装置。我ながら回りくどい言い方をしたものね。
It's a lot of semiconductors.
あんたの話じゃ計画が取り潰されて自暴自棄になっていたらしいけど、情報だけは漏らさなかったんだから、さすが私よね。半導体150億個分の並列処理装置。それは00ユニットの頭脳に当たるもの。
She was talking about a brain. That made so much sense. Oh my god. A quantum conductive brain to be exact. But yeah, I didn't connect that. You know, the phrase 15 billion semiconductors with a brain, which makes a lot of sense. At least to me. A quantum conductive brain.
ベータ由来の高温超伝導物質グレイ9で作られた人工の脳髄よ。
It's a fake brain made out of beta hive materials. Oh shit. Sorry, you lost me. What the hell is Ray 9?
ロスアラモス研究所のウィリアム・グレイ博士が発見した9番目の
New ass element. New element just dropped.
グレイ9の臨界温度は309ケルビン。すなわち室温以上で超伝導が可能な物質なのよ。
And how did they get their hands on it? It's only found in beta hives. My brother. We have a beta hive right underneath us.
ロスアラモスはね、カナダに落ちたベータユニットの調査研究を独占したアメリカの国立研究機関なのよ。
America, huh? That explains it.
な、恨み事はどうでもいいわ。
Yeah,
今は私たち
exactly.
もそれを手に入れているんだから。
From the hive below this base, I assume.
その通り。アメリカが明星作戦に強制介入したのも、数々の人類未発見元素の独占が狙いだった。
Yeah, they didn't want us to get it, huh?
目論見は外れたけど、
Unlucky, bro. I see.
話を戻すわ。量子電動脳は量子コンピュータと同じ原理で半導体150億個分の並列処理装置以上のスペックを実現しているの。
Basically, we call that a giga brain.
誤解覚悟で簡単に言うと、00ユニットが存在するすべての
Big old
世界
giga
の
brain.
電動脳がつながっていて、並列処理をするのよ。
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that's kind of crazy. So it's claiming... Wait. I don't know if it means it's taking all the... Like, it's combining the brain power of Sumito from all the universes, or it's taking all the brain power from all the 00 unit exists throughout the timelines. One of the two. I think that's the latter. That's insane.
そうね。だけど、そこに人格や人間性が宿らなければ、ただの機械と同じ。00ユニットは完成しないわ。あんたがこの世界に現れた頃は、その量子電動脳に数値化した人格を移植する段階でつまずいてしまっていたのよ。
So then everything else was already...
ええ、完成していたわ。
Yeah, just the one final step. I see. Still big question, what, like, now that they've completed it, and that we know it's for espionage, is it just that, or is there like a second part of the plan? Just from how they hyped up this plan, I thought there was like something concrete that would lead to them winning, but for me this just sounds like a really great opportunity to get more pieces, you know, pieces of information from the beta themselves to form a winning plan. But that's all it is. It's like a gathering step rather than like a final checkmate. Which is, it's still good, don't get me wrong, but yeah, just from how they were saying it, I thought this was like a definite win solution. Well, this just gives them like a decent advantage for sure. So this whole time, there had been an artificial body made to look exactly like Sumitra somewhere in the space, on some floor I didn't have security clearance to access.
組対候補者の経験や記憶、技能や性格はそのまま量子電動脳に移植されなければ意味がない。00ユニットは人類でなければ意味がないの。
And that's why you enrolled the most promising cadets in the Surface Pilot Training Academy.
そうよ。地球の運命を握る存在となるんだから、人類に対する忠誠心や使命感、強靭な精神、そして軍人としての各種技能は必須でしょ。
Sure. Yeah, sure. Made sense.
あんたが持ってきた数式のおかげで問題は解決した。だけど、
Yeah, I was about to say though, it's not like Kadami really takes most of those qualifications. This besides strong mental strength, I guess. Literal brain strength.
理論やデータは当然入力済みだけど、だからって実践できるかどうかは別問題。そこで本来お役御免の A01 部隊がその代わりを務めることになったってわけ。
Oh, thanks. So I was right then. When the captain said we're supposed to protect a certain something, she was talking about the 00 unit.
もともと00
Yep.
ユニットになるための教育を施されている A01 部隊が00ユニットと連携をするには好都合だからね。
So then the others aren't potential candidates anymore? I mean, they're this far ahead into the plan. I don't think they need any more candidates.
依然として鏡隅田
Oh,
のスペア
well,
があることは
there's that.
変わらないんだ。
But it feels like we're deep in
鏡隅田
already.
が完全稼働すれば、
Yeah.
これ以上の犠牲者は出さなくて済む。
What do you mean by that?
00ユニットになるということは、人間という生物ではなくなることを意味する。A01 部隊の損耗が激しい理由は、何も戦死者だけ
Some of them are
が原因じゃない
tests for this? That's kind of fucked up. You mean some of them are incapacitated due to human experimentation?
残念だけど、そんなに都合の良い部分だけを選んで移植するなんて細かいゲートはまだできない。
Nah, they're just dead, bro.
心臓を動かす、呼吸をする。
Okay, so we're not... Okay,
全てごっそり移植
this
する
is interesting. I thought they were just like completely examining the brain and then making like a complete replica, but they're actually taking out like the information and transplanting it into the artificial brain made out of the beta hive stuff. Interesting.
脳から全ての情報を失った生物がどうなるか、
Yeah, they're dead.
つまりそういうこと。
And why is the brain still in the jar though? Isn't it like fully transferred over to the 00 unit already? Or is it just for decoration now? The cool lighting piece for the room. Meaning they die in the process.
00ユニットに外見だけじゃなく、人間と寸分たがわない疑似器官や生体機能を与えられているのはそういう理由。存在するべき器官がなくなると、脳の生理バランスが崩れ、精神崩壊を起こし、最終
Okay.
的には
Yeah, they went over this before, but it made sense.
それを維持する機能だけは未だにベータの技術に頼らざるを得ないんだけどね。
Then does that mean you and I just killed this world's Sumita effectively?
ええ、そうよ。でも、直接
Yeah,
手を
I
出
mean,
したのは
I don't know how much blame you can put on yourself,
何
Tucker.
も知らず手伝った。
Unless you inadvertently helped. But it's literally like, if you're blaming people, you'd probably be like close to the end of the line. It's like so minimal. You shouldn't really blame yourself for this. So like detached from it. Why does this keep happening? Just when I think I overcome one hurdle, reality slaps me in the face with some other cruel, fucked up truth. Is this part of what it means to be a causality conductor? Do I just have to grin and bear it? Come on, this one isn't as bad, I feel. Even if she was nothing more than a brain and a spine at this point, she was still alive, right? Eh. I mean, if you're really transferring the data, like, again, it's Ship of Theseus-asked question, where, like, she has, like, all the memories, or at least all the components of Sumika. She just has none of the biological, anything biological of Sumika in her. Is she still Sumika? Who knows? Only the philosophers do. And yet, by bringing those equations back here for the sake of the world and all of humanity, I inadvertently had a hand in Sumika's death. That was not something I can easily accept, even if she was just a brain. Here's the bright side, though. If we didn't do that, they would have to just, like, leave, and her brain just gets left here. So she would die anyways when the beta attacked, so it's kind of a lose-lose. Yeah, sure. Yeah, so it's just chilling. They're just keeping it there for decoration. The hell you just say? Even if you say that, what the beta did was way worse, in my opinion, still, so. He's just trying to... She's aging you on, Tatru. Where's the motivation? Hold your ground, brother. That's not it? I'm not sure. I feel like Tatru might say I'm not sure, but honestly, pretty confident. That's not it. I think he's just frustrated in general, then. He just needs to, disperse those feelings. That's not it. The Blitty? What the heck? Okay. She's gambling here, man. Huh? What are you playing at? This would literally be the worst option ever, bro. Don't do it, bro. You're literally throwing the loop. Probably. I was about to say, like, probably not recommended, but with all the training Tatru does, maybe he can pull off the cinematic one-hand shot. So, like, why is she doing this, though? Why is she baiting hard for no reason? Thought she already did a mental check on us, man. There's no need for any of that. Please put the gun away. I don't need it. I like Yuko, man, but this is kind of annoying. I don't really see the point of this. Stop it! I'm doing nothing of that sort. Now put that away. Like, the only reason I think is checking his mental and resolve, but we literally, like, did that last episode. I don't think we need to keep constantly checking it, bro. I think we're good on the mental check. Though, to be fair, Takru has a mental breakdown, like, pretty often, so maybe it is needed. But I don't think so. No, it's not that. It's pointless. My reason would be different, because I don't really blame her for killing her to save humanity when she's already just a brain in a jar. But also, like, she's integral to saving humanity, so just not worth.
国家や組織はそのよって立つところが違えば、各々の理想や信念が異なるもの。それは人の同じで
Watin,
す。
rest in peace, dude.
何かなそうとすれ
You
ば
were cool.
必ずそれを良しとする者と悪しとする者がいるでしょう。されどそれぞれの立場に立って物を見ることができれば、各々がよりどころとする正しさも見えてきましょう。そして悲しいことですが、それらすべての者たちの望みを満たす道が常にその時そなたは何によって決断し、どのような道をかの者たちに指し示すのか。その時もしそなたに迷いがあったなら、原点に
Such a
帰
cool
り
CG.
立ち止まる勇気を持つのです。そして自らの手を汚すことを厭うてはならないのです。
Sensei. I mean, that whole speech was to gas up Yuto, right? Basically, she's just doing what she needs to do. The tough decisions to save humanity. I don't think you're the kind of person who do these things just for the fun of it. Yeah, I mean, it's obvious, but not obvious for Tatru immediately anyways. You're just doing what you have to for the sake of all mankind, right? Yeah, exactly.
あんたにとって鏡住香はその程度だった
No, as far as I'm concerned, Sumita can never be replaced.
の？もう私を殺してもオルタネイティブ4は達成されるわ。
Yeah, I know. You say that, but I'd rather have you build the fucking... You have the groundwork. I'd rather have her here until completion. Also, complete completion made like... It's kind of redundant. But it's better to have her than not.
あとは00ユニットの調律だけ。それはあんたがいれば大丈夫よ。
I already told you it has nothing to do with that. I'm just a normal guy, you know? So the closer I am to someone, the harder it hits me when something happens to them. But more than that, it's just me being a pushover. I get so easily distracted by other people's problems, even when I know my own objectives more important. Like what happened with Her Highness and the old woman at Mount Tendon. It's like I just keep making the same mistake over and over again. Every time I think I've finally got my act together, something new happens and throws it all out the window. That said, I do feel like my resolve's much firmer now than it ever was before, so I'd like to think it won't be a problem anymore. If I'm being completely honest, it's really hard for me to accept the fact that Sumito's the 00 unit. It's all I can do to just cope. But from what you've told me today, it sounds like this was always going on behind the scenes, even in the previous timelines. I just didn't know it was, right? Yeah, like I said, you're like kind of responsible, but like literally in like the least degree. Like it's so far detached that I wouldn't really sweat it that much.
そうね。
And to be frank, the way Kasumi acted like her did make me wonder from time to time. But like, why is she named Kasumi? Is that actually just a red herring to make her name Kasumi just Sumito rearranged? Just to bait you people? Bait the readers? I think that is at this point. That is kind of funny. But in the end, I always shrugged it off and convinced myself I should be glad Sumito didn't have to live in this messed up world. Which means if you include the previous loop, I've gone several years now without ever once realizing that Sumito was here. Here I am saying she means the world to me and that she can never be replaced, and yet I was completely oblivious. And Kasumi was literally kind of the fake Sumito replacement. A little bit. She was right here under my nose the whole time and I couldn't even recognize her. When I think about it like that, I can't help but wonder if my feelings for her were really as deep as I thought they were. How you could even make the argument that my feelings for her were highly dependent on her physical appearance, I'd have no rebuttal. I mean, that's important. It's important for a relationship to find the other person physically attractive, I think. But it's definitely not all it is. For sure. Especially in the Tataru at Sumita relationship, I think that's clear. And I mean, if you're Tataru, how are you gonna guess that Sumita's the brain, dude? I mean, I could, but like when you're in his shoes with all this shit happening, I don't really blame him that much. I guess at the end of the day, I'm probably just afraid of getting my hands dirty or coming off as a bad person. That thing was always just a creepy brain in a tube to me, but now that I know it was Sumita, I'm suddenly all broken up about what you did. That's some hypocritical bullshit. And I finally realized there's no point pretending otherwise. Until I actually start doing something differently, I can't expect things to change for the better, right? I've got no one to blame for this but myself. Sure, maybe you were the one who actually pulled the trigger, so to speak. And yeah, if I'm being honest, it does piss me off to think all of the shit you've been doing behind my back. But I mean, somebody has to do dirty work, right? Otherwise we're just gonna go extinct. I don't want to be the judgmental coward anymore, the one who gets up on their soapbox and complains in hindsight about shit they couldn't possibly understand. Besides, I helped you of my own free will. I could try to shift the blame by saying I didn't know any better, but that won't change what happened to Sumita. And anyway, even if she is just a machine now, and the weight of the world's on her shoulders, I still think she'd rather be the 00 unit than live the rest of her life as a brain in a stasis tube. I think I agree. Even if it is maybe not her, but it is her at the same time. I don't agree with the notion that life is always better than death, or that being kept alive is always a good thing. Agreed. I agree with that. There's definitely, you know, the phrase, a fate worse than death. That could definitely be something. Like, imagine if Sumita was just a brain trapped in the fucking beta hive for the rest of her life. That's probably worse than death. If no one saved her.
そこに自分の意志があるかどうかが問題なのだ。それが反映できるかどうかが問題なのだ。タケルも考えてみてほしい。自分の大切なものが自分の意志とは無関係に奪われてしまうのだ。
Sumita had everything but her brain and spine stripped away by the beta, but now she can see things with her own eyes again and touch things with her own hands. She can speak to others and listen to how they respond. Who cares if it's a fake body? Having the ability to shape her own future is way more important than that. Well, we don't know. Actually, we'll just leave it. Let them cook. Let them cook. Maybe I have no right to make that decision for her, but that's the responsibility I'm willing to bear. I'm gonna see this through to the end and get the 00 unit tuned to perfection. And then I'll protect her for as long as it takes to save this world, assuming I'm lucky enough to survive that long. I'm pretty sure there's a reason she had to be the one to become the 00 unit, something only Sumita would be able to do. Yeah, it's called a milky drill punch right to the dome. In that sense, you could say it's her destiny to become the 00 unit and save humanity. I mean, it looks great for the resume. Savior of humanity. Which kind of puts a new spin on the question of why I was sucked into this world and unwittingly roped into this mess. I'm no expert on the quantum causality theory, but I feel like it's something, or I feel like it's because that was my destiny, something only I could do. It's interesting that he was maybe sent to this world initially just because Sumita was going to become the 00 unit and only he can tune her up and save humanity. But also, I am also no expert on the quantum causality theory, so I don't know, man.
同期の仲間を全員死なせてしまったわ。皮肉よね。戦争のせいで教師になれなかった私が兵士訓練学校の教官をやっているんだから。でもそれがあの時私が生き残った、生き残らせてもらった意味だと思っているわ。一人でも多くの兵士を1秒でも長生きさせるためにその経験を生かす。そうすることでしか私が部下に報いる方法はないのよ。
I have to follow through with this. It's the only way I can ever atone. Not to mention, I still need to fix all the other worlds that are roped into this mess. I'm sure you already know this, but the other you told me that if I can eliminate the cause of this, then all the effects would follow suit. Or at the very least, I can fix all the timelines that originally branched off of this one. Isn't that right? So she did fully know. So she really did know everything then. Yeah, I think that's important to confirm. Because I wasn't actually sure. I thought he was like overthinking that she knew about everything. But she did. She knew I'd be bringing the causalities for Sergeant Jinruji's death and Sumika's tragic fate to the world when I left. Yeah, that confirms that too. It's a little fucked up. But I guess if he fits everything, then it all works out anyways. Which means she also knew what would happen to their other selves, and how everyone's memories of me would be strewn across the multiverse. And of course, she knew I wouldn't be able to take it, and would come running back to this world. She predicted all of it. But even so, I'm the one who chose to run away. She didn't force me to. Trying to pin the consequences on her would just be pathetic. I mean, I'll be honest, I think you can blame her a little. This is like one of those situations where I think, like, sure, it's your fault, but I think, you know, in the whole ladder of blaming people, like we were talking about before for the, you know, the murder of Sumika, she's actually kind of far up there. I think she's, well, maybe it's in her consciousness, but she's kind of also responsible for Marimo and Sumika's thing that happened in the Extraverse, if she knew it was gonna happen. So I don't think it's that pathetic. I can't keep blaming others for my mistakes. I need to take responsibility for what I've done. I know that everything stems from this world, so even if I do get rid of whatever made me into a causality conductor, that won't change how events played out here. What if there's a world I can help save? Especially the one that I ruined by running away to it. I want to do everything I can. I'm going to stop wallowing in my own misery every time something goes wrong or challenges me emotionally. I feel like we're doing the same thing as last episode. Taku's going on a huge monologue about, like, he's kind of hyping himself up again. Though to be fair, Yuto did bait him into doing it again with her little "kill me, lol, kill me, kill me." I know I sound like a broken record at this point, but I'm really done letting my emotions get the best of me. In the heat of the moment, I won't hesitate or run away ever again. I feel like that's directed at me, literally. The timing's kind of funny. Once I finish the job and done what I came here to do, that's when I'll let myself cry. I'm gonna hold you up to that, Taku. I better not see some mental booming again later, alright? I'm remembering this moment. So don't worry, I'm gonna destroy the beta, no matter what it takes. We will become the alpha male. You knew exactly what was gonna happen to that world, didn't you? It's fucked up? It's a little bit fucked up. You gave me a warning before I left, said that I might just erase myself, and you were right. When I realized what that meant, I actually was contemplating suicide. Damn. That's crazy. You did? Huh? You talked to her? How the hell did you do that?
あんたと一緒にこの世界に来た白衣があったでしょ。
Oh. Oh, that's what happened. Dude, I swear both of the Yutos are playing chess while we're playing checkers, man. I was doing some like 10D shit. Oh, right, that explains it. That makes a lot more sense. She probably wrote out everything that happened over there. I'm guessing most of it was stuff the Yuto sensei had already predicted, but it would have at least given her confirmation.
確かにあんたは成長したよね。逃げ出す前とは大違いよ。
Oh, I can't take credit for that. That was all you. In fact, if I didn't know any better, I'd say you're tooting your own
こ
horn.
の状況で気の利いた嫌味まで言えるようになったなんて。
It's my snark arc right here.
修正する必要があるわね。
Oh yeah? Well, much obliged.
じゃあ今後はその成長に見合った扱いをしてあげなきゃね。
And what does that entail?
とりあえず情報開示のレベルをもう少しだけ上げることにするわ。
That is nice. Oh, I don't know about that. You know what they say, ignorance is bliss. Ignorance is bliss and all that.
冗談でもそんな甘ったれたこと言わないで。さっきの話だって賭けみたいなものだったんだから。
If you'd let to joke, we'd let to joke too. Told you we're in our snark arc right now. Risk? What risk? Actually, I guess I see where she's coming from. I already ran away once, so she really was making a gamble by divulging all of that to me. I mean, if we're gonna run away, we're not running away to the boss of the base and telling them secret shit or whoever. It was certainly more than I needed to know for the purpose of my tuning job.
手に入れた情報を生かせもしないのに、ただ知りたいなんていう無責任なガキに付き合ってる暇はないわ。
Yeah, it made sense.
逃げ出す前のあんたはまさにそうだった。だからその都度情報を小出しにしていただけ。今のあんたにはそこまで話しても大丈夫だと評価されているってことを自覚しなさい。
It's good. I do.
それに自分の意志でこの世界に戻ってきたのを忘れないことね。
Of course. She's right. If I'd heard all this back on day one, I would have thrown in the towel right away. That means she wouldn't have gotten as much out of me as she did, so she made the right call, as much as I hate to admit it. I'm still pretty pissed off about a lot of things, but right now I've got no choice but to do Yuto-sensei's bidding. If I ever want to save humanity and eliminate what made me a causality conductor, I'm gonna need her. I don't have a lot of options, and she is my best bet at making it happen.
それじゃあそろそろこっちの話を始めていいかしら。
Are you gonna tell me how to tune the 00 unit?
まあそんなところね。その前に一つやることがあるけど。
I'm bait posting. We're gonna end here. Well, what does she want us to do? Well, you might know if you read it, but if you haven't, find out with me in the next episode of Muv Luv. Thanks for watching, guys. Also, Happy New Year. Forgot it was New Year's, or it's the New Year when I post this, because I am a little far ahead. So yeah. But yeah, thanks for watching. Bye. I didn't click the button, man. Embarrassing.